Productivity and procrastination sometimes, ironically, go hand in hand. Have you ever noticed how you can suddenly become incredibly productive at everything except the one thing that actually needs to get done? It's hilarious. I mean, I'll clean, organize, cook, all to avoid doing that one thing. Especially when it's a higher stakes thing, like something that could actually move my life forward, I just freeze. And if that happens to you, know that that's not laziness. There's something deeper going on. To deal with procrastination, people focus on time management. Sure, that can help, but rather than managing our time, I think you need to go deeper to manage your emotions, because everything we do, or avoid doing, has two emotional sides: discomfort and reward. We procrastinate when the emotional discomfort outweighs the emotional reward of doing whatever task. So we delay as a self-protective mechanism because your nervous system is trying to protect you from emotional pain. Of course, then we take it a step further, up the stakes and throw in a deadline, and suddenly we can get the job done ASAP. Is something not adding up here? That's because the emotional equation flips. By adding a deadline, or consequences for not doing the task, not doing it becomes more painful than actually just doing it. In this case, pressure becomes the motivation and is the reason why a lot of people wait until the very last minute. So as you can see, procrastination is very much tied to emotions and neurology. To become more productive, we need to work with our brains instead of fighting them. Here are some ideas. 1. Make not doing it more painful than doing it. This could be anything like paying for a gym membership so you're financially invested, getting an accountability partner, or do nothing and become so bored that anything is a better alternative. 2. Make it ridiculously easy for yourself. Instead of looking at the entire project, which can paralyze you, try taking the smallest actionable step possible, because action creates momentum. The kind of scary part of procrastination is that it comes into play big time when things that actually matter are on the line, like a job, a serious relationship, pursuing your dreams. And that's because the stakes are sky high, because these things aren't just things to check off a to-do list. They can actually change the way you see yourself, who you are, and your identity. If you haven't looked into the idea of ego, that can be pretty interesting. But just know that your brain is designed to protect who it thinks you are. So anything you try to do that will potentially alter the way you see yourself, your self-image, your brain will resist it. For example, if you're the smart one, then you might avoid asking questions just in case it looks bad. Because while our brains are amazing, they love safety and routine and would prefer you to be stuck doing the same old thing rather than let you change your identity. And if we take it a layer deeper than identity, behind identity is fear. And this is behind all of our biggest procrastinations. You might think you're procrastinating because you don't like interviews, but it could be a fear of failing, or a fear of succeeding, or a fear of changing your life that's really behind it. Just so you know, procrastination isn't weakness, but your brain's way of trying to protect an old identity. This is still something I am working on, but the best advice I've found for working through these underlying identity, fear, and procrastination issues is to basically stop taking yourself so seriously. Loosen up a little. Stop pigeonholing yourself into a tiny little identity, because there's really no need to hang onto those mental constructs. Instead of being the smart one, tweak it to being someone who enjoys learning. Then you'll be able to ask that question without so much pressure. So if you're stuck, ask yourself what you're afraid that action would change for you.